Well, folks, what is happening? Welcome to Mentality Monsters, and today's episode is proudly sponsored by Our Kings Camps. Today we are joined by GAA footballer, online coach, and YouTuber. A bit of it all there. Eoghan McCabe. Eoghan, thank you very much for coming on.
No worries, mate. Cheers.
How you feeling today?
Feeling good. A bit of a dodgy stomach on me. Must have had something last night. I was fucking stuck to the bugger for a couple of minutes before I came round, but it was all good now. Like,
I think fuck yourself.
Hold it in for a couple of minutes, for an hour or so here. Because
there's only a pisser here. There's
a
no
few
shitter.
leaves. I take a few leaves off that tree.
Man, you'll be in that fucking a container over there taking a wee shit. Someone opens the container, sweet turds in there.
That's it. You're running out of it.
I saw you last week at the Redefine the Alpha event. Really enjoyed it, and then also had Eoghan on there before you.
Yeah,
Eoghan Walsh. I'm not joking, one of the nicest guys I've ever met. He was actually saying that I was a teacher.
Aye, and that's all.
In his school. So I absolutely fucking gentleman. But you were there. How did you find it?
I enjoyed it. Something different. I think the big thing with it was like Tiernan said about it on the day. The name Redefining the Alpha. Like my missus was going, "What's this about? You saw hit women and all that crack ass." I was like, "It's actually not. Like, it's fucking the message behind it was quality." So I thought it was class. Don't think there's much of that these days. Like where people are men actually talking and I suppose being vulnerable and having that sort of thing that they can go to. So it was interesting just to hear all the different stories and different backgrounds of people, different challenges they've gone through, how they've overcome it and all that crack. Like, and some stuff you're going just like it's mad that people come through that. Like, which is it's obviously class to see, but no, it was a good day.
100%. There was a mixture of different like life experience and
100%.
different outlooks on a lot of things. Like I think your panel was really good with Eoghan and then Aaron and then yourself. 3 West Belfast lads and completely different kind of outlooks on certain perspective. You know, like just your approach to fitness. You and Eoghan's would be completely different. Aaron, I don't know what his approach to fitness is.
Popular, so
I know. I actually thought he was messing about when he said that there.
Deadly serious.
But I just ran
gotta go. You gotta go. Like.
And he sprinted off too as well. Like he must have been late. But just a completely different outlook on things, and I thought it was class because you could kind of take a wee bit away from everything.
Yeah.
You're doing the YouTube and stuff like that there as well. We were speaking about it just briefly there before. How do you find that there, kind of putting yourself out there, and even because your public speaking was really good.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. And do you think that YouTube has given you the confidence to do that?
Definitely. I would. I think it's just reps as well. Like with anything. Like I remember, like if you scroll back far enough on Instagram, you watch some of the old videos and. Well, I'm doing this here, and you're real nervous, like. But it's obviously, the more you do it, the more you get comfortable with it. And then I suppose YouTube, you have the camera in your face, and you're talking to it, and it's just reps. You still do get nervous, and you're out and about, and you're talking on it, and you see people looking at you, you're kind of going, "Oh fuck!" But it's like it gives you all the more reason you have to do it. Then, like, do you know what I mean? So I think it's just reps more than anything, and then I suppose the stuff you're talking about, you're comfortable if you're confident enough about, and it's not like. You're not doing anything that's on that, like you're just going about your day, or you're talking about something that you do. You're not trying to fake something. You're not trying to be something you're not. It's just like you're just documenting stuff or talking about stuff that you do day in, day out. So it makes it that wee bit easier too. Like,
see, one thing which I wanted to ask you just before we actually get into this here. See, like I'm in the Irish Army, so see anybody that kind of does anything about the army, like because I've kind of based my PTing and coaching and small group around the military.
Yeah.
Just because it's a niche. There's no one else doing it in the north.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? It's a very fucking no one else. You can go and go, why he's in the army and he does that. I guess they type of PTing, and you have kind of built your online coaching kind of ways around strength and conditioning for GAA footballers and hurlers.
Yeah.
Does anybody kind of say anything to you in club or county, or be kind of like, what the fuck is he's doing and stuff like that there, because you've kind of built your business off your experiences in the GAA and your playing style?
You would have got a few initially, like just because you were going, like I suppose you were just putting yourself out there, and it was something. Now there's a lot more people doing it, and it's just like, all right, that's just another thing that people do. I think people are more open to it now. But I suppose in the early days when you're posting on social media, posting videos up and talking about your training and what you're doing, people are going, "What are you doing?" Like don't be talking about that, or don't be posting about that sort of thing. And you're kind of going, it's like it's promoting my business, or it's indirectly helping someone, which then helps get a client and that sort of thing. So you would get plenty, or go stick that in your Instagram, or go stick that in your TikTok, or whatever. Like you get that matches, but it's all part of it too. Like it's like, I'm sure the crack banter you have with probably people in the army. It's the same with people you have on the pitch. It's like you have to take a bit, but you can also give a bit back. Like so, listen, it's all part of it. Like, and I suppose Ireland as well. Like if you're popping your head up a wee bit, you better be able to take a wee bit of stick. Like so, listen, you get it. Like, but I think now they're a lot more. Plus, probably because they've done it for so long as well, they're just like, all right, for like it's just expected now. It's just that's what he does. Like
100%. I mean, well, bro, we'll kick into it.
Sounds good.
We'll jump into it. So, where are you from, and what were you like as a young person?
Yeah, so I'm from West Belfast. From Amleytown, I suppose. Grew up in Glen Road. My ma's from West Belfast. My dad's from Omagh. So my dad would have been the big football influence, Gaelic influence. So he'd have been up and down the road doing for a bit. He was still playing, so he'd have been bringing us down. He'd be at training, we'd be watching him, or down in my granny's.
Did he play county?
He may have played underage, never played senior, I don't think. But played club Wilma. And then that was just the big thing. It was like I was Tyrone mad growing up then. Went to as many games as I could. Been first All Ireland final with Tyrone Carey. Just loved, just mad for Tyrone. And then grew up when they were going well. They were I was 99, born 99. They started winning All Ireland's early 2000s, and won a couple there. So I was watching all that going, this is class. So that was the big influence there.
So you've always been, the GAA has always been in your life?
Always been, that's been massive. In our family, it's always it's a big focus. It's all we talk about. From a young age, like as soon as I was able to walk, it was like a ball in my hands, kicking about. Dad was bringing me to matches. He was out kicking about with us. I brought us everywhere for it, so. And then my mum obviously had a big help on it too, so but it was all we're talking about, all we're at. Weekends we're at it, weekdays we're at. If you're on one team, you're at another team. You're everywhere.
Because it is quite hectic. It's a quite hectic schedule. Especially I'd say even now that you're older, but even for like a young person, it would be a hectic schedule.
I'd say younger is nearly even more hectic. Like I suppose the older you get, the more you've won, you narrow your focus a wee bit, as in you're just playing football. But when you're younger, you're playing football, hurling, soccer, you're playing for a school team, and then you're going home training with a club, and then you're playing match for under 14s, you're playing under 16s. You're playing 5, 6, 7 days a week at times, and you're just going, this is it's class. But I couldn't go, I couldn't think of anything worse now, going bouncing about.
Were you ever talented at say soccer or boxing, or was there any other sports that kind of took maybe a bit of priority as well?
It was mainly football and hurling. Played a wee bit of soccer. I did all right, but I was never gonna be going across the water or anything like that. Even the level I played at was won a Northern Cup with a school, but that was my claim to fame. I was about to score a goal in the final, so I was my claim to fame.
Where'd you
there.
go?
But Smerys. So Smerys in the Glen Road there. Again, for sport, knew the Gaelic teams were good. Hurling was obviously a big focus, and went there because you had the best chance of succeeding in sport.
I was going to say that there. So did you and your family kind of choose St Mary's just because of the sport? And well, obviously the academics, like said, is a big thing, but the sporting aspect of things, I would say there's a big emphasis on that. Big
part of it. I think at the time, St Mary's were playing McCrory Cup. McCrory's that has school competition you can play. So my dad had a big influence in going, that's the standard, you want to be playing that when you're older. So whole way through school it was right, well, what division are we playing and what level we're playing at? Do we want to get up to the A competitions and you're playing against, our team was with a solid team, we did all right. And you were exposed to that sort of level which was class. So I was happy enough. Last year didn't go too well, so I was glad I stayed away from there, even though my mum was teaching there.
See, when you were growing up, Andytown's a very big, Andytown, Glen Road, big working class areas, heavily kind of in terms of Belfast, heavy nationalist areas as well. So you could easily get caught up in a thing or two. May that be drinking, drugs, fucking antisocial behaviour. No, I mean, you're exposed to certain things in and around those areas. Were you ever, because it seems like from what you've said so far, you've got a strong family unit there. Your dad's heavily involved, where a lot of people in those areas, sometimes their dads aren't involved and they're lacking a father figure. But for you've got that strong family unit and you've got that GAA family and community beside you. Were you ever tempted to go and indulge in things, drink alcohol or anything like that?
To be honest, not massively. Like saying I started drinking when I was 16, like, but I think in West Belfast that's old. Like some of my mates were drinking when they were 12, 13, and you were kind of going, nah, no interest. But no, like our upbringing as class, it was always because we were so heavily involved in sport and training and just like being fit and active, that sort of thing. It was always a big priority. Don't get me wrong, still enjoy, like, love going out, love fucking the odd good party here and there, like, but that's it was always few and far between. Even when my mates were going to drink, and I was like, nah, I wanted to go and play Aussie rules, to be fair. And that was the big thing that kept me going. I was like, can't play Gaelic professionally, so try and get into Aussie rules. And I was like, nah, it's not going to happen. Like, but that kept me, like, as that was probably one of my first big goals of, like, right, I'm going to train for that, I'm going to go hard, and then I never got a call. Like, it was never going to happen. But it definitely helped me drive the football side of things on, like. But nah, I was soft enough, like, growing up. Like, you would have been like, if you're out and you seen the so-called bad boys run the bit, you can be going, no, that's not really my cup of tea, like. But
Nick or tracksuit on TNs.
Don't get me wrong, sometimes you tried to fit in, like, and you're just going, came down to something, you're going, nah, I'm shit, I'm away. Do a runner, here, my dinner, Johnny.
Straight up the burrito bar. Get something there.
Hey, mommy, you come pick me up.
Do you ever see when you were growing up then, see just outside of GAA, did you have hobbies? Was there anything, or was GAA just the sole thing? GAA
was a big one, but you were out kicking about, pucking about, you were out playing football on the street, running about, like, out in a bike, whatever. You were just, that's probably the last, that's when probably, like, Xboxes and PlayStations and all started coming around. Never, like, had one. Like, we got a Wii, like, and that was it. And then just, there was always mates around playing it or whatever. It's like, get out in the street there, where you go, and just ran about, like, in the street.
That's what's missing today.
100%. Me and Paul say it all the time. Like, you'd be out walking about and you hear kids playing, you're going, you never fucking hear that anymore. Like, so for that regard, it was like you were out as soon as it was bright, out you go. Take a ball with you, take the bike out, and fucking come back for lunch.
Look, I'm always the one that goes, oh fuck here. Kids need to get out more. See, anytime there's kids in the street and they're screaming and all, I go, like, are they going to go in the house or something? Fuck up.
Because you're probably not used to it. You don't see it anymore. Like, it's nuts.
I'd say back in the day, like, growing up, Andy Town, because like I'm from Ardoyne, so you hear back in the Troubles and stuff like that, there was a real tight-knit community.
Yeah.
Andy Town, Glen Road, would it have been the same when you were growing up? Was there a tight-knit community?
Yeah, there would have been. You would have been friendly with the neighbours and stuff. More so, Glen Road, like, we were, I don't want to say out of the way a bit, like, but I'd say more down in the Andy Town when you're going to, like, Riverdale and further down that way, you'd probably be more of it. But even down McGranny's Burnagh Drive there, like, and we'd have spent, like, from around there we're working, you'd been in your granny's before school, after school, that sort of thing, ran about there. So that guy, she knows everybody in the street. Like, you such and such lived there, such and such, like, you go to call in just talking about somebody who lived in the street 20 years ago, just everybody knew everyone. Like, so I suppose there is that, like, I suppose
because you hear that there, like my mum will always say, like, you could leave your like front door open all night, and like you'd be safe. And then nowadays you actually, like, you don't even feel like you know your neighbours and stuff, and people actually isolate themselves, and that's probably through no fault of their own. COVID and stuff like that, there's definitely not helped, and people are now too much on the screen, on social media, and not living in the present. And I think it's something that, especially in working class areas, kind of back in the day, everybody was in a bad place where everyone had to rely on each other. Where nowadays, it seems like even in working class areas, people are competing against each other on Facebook, putting up photos of stuff, and
the lifestyle trying to 100% that.
It's mad. Like you were saying about Aussie rules there. One thing which Matt actually wanted me to ask, you are our videographer. NFL, you see a lot of lads that are going over to be kickers in NFL. Is that something which has ever interested you?
I did now, like, if I got the chance, but I would have never. I think Charlie Smith and there was another boy,
Jude McTominay.
They were probably the first two to go and do it. But I'd never come. To be fair, I think was it Ron O'Gara or something he got offered years ago. And he's obviously rugby, like, but I hear if I got an opportunity for that, you would love it, like. But
do you think that would be worth giving up everything and going over there? Would you
have to give it a rattle? Yeah, you have to give it a rattle. Like that opportunity to come, like, you'd be mad not to go and try it. Like, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. You're right. You go back to doing what you were doing anyway. Like, do you know what I mean? And
the life experience you actually get from it as well. And it's just mad because Matt was showing me a guy there called Paddy.
Right.
He's from Armagh, but he actually got the longest field goal recorded in college football. And college football out there is nearly as big as the NFL.
Yeah.
So I actually gave him a text about coming on the podcast there when he's home. He says, "Yeah, mate, 100%."
Class.
So, but he's got the longest fucking field goal in college history.
Some boot on
And
the
you
son
go,
of boys, like.
he's from fucking probably Cross McLean or something.
I know, the sniper.
He is the sniper. And then he's making history, and then fucking an NFL team will see that there, snap him up, and you just think, that's fucking mad. Just lads from wee country towns doing that there. But bro, see, just to kind of finish up the childhood part of this here is, what did you learn most about yourself as a kid? And then secondly, did you have a clear vision for yourself when you were 16 on what you were wanting to do? It's tough questions there.
They are deep.
They're deep.
I learned most of it myself.
Like, is there anything there that has, like, an experience that kind of impacted you in a positive light?
I'd say probably just overall, the first thing that's come to my head is like probably like a fear of like what if I didn't do this, or what if I didn't do that, or what if I, like, that's probably the biggest thing. Like one of the biggest things probably drives you at the moment is like that fear of like unfulfilled potential or something, or like getting to the end being like, oh fuck, I wish I did more, I could have done more there. So there's probably that element of it. That's probably one of the biggest ones. And then in terms of having a plan,
not much young people do.
I knew I wanted, like, I suppose even going into the coaching side of things, like I sort of stumbled into that, and like I knew I wanted to do something a bit within sport. Didn't know what it was. I suppose maybe online coaching wasn't really a thing then. Like you weren't going into school and they were telling you this is what you could be like. So I hadn't a clue what I wanted to do, and then ended up working in a gym interning from, it was like 14, 15, and then started like just kind of went into that way. So I suppose then after that, so 16, I probably knew what did want to go into it. I suppose the big vision was the Aussie rules thing. Thinking, right, this is very similar to Gaelic. That could be a professional sport. You could play that. But
how do lads from over here get in?
The Aussie rules. You just get if you're good enough, you'll get spotted, like, and you'll get brought down to trials or something like that. But I was never getting.
So they recruit from over here and then bring you over there, do they?
Sometimes, there was a couple of boys went. So it would have been a handful years ago. Like a boy from down, Marty Clark, would have been probably one of him. Tag Canale from Kerry and Zach Tui from Laois probably would have been the most successful ones. And then there was a couple of others went here and there, did bits and pieces, and then I think they sort of sacked it off for a wee while. Then there wasn't too many more going over, and then boy from Tyrone, Conor McCann, went over and ended up winning the Premiership and coming back, winning All Ireland the year, or came home, won All Ireland, went back out and won a Premiership the next year, something mad like that. So there's a few sort of going at the minute. Yeah, you have to be. They're probably looking at people that are really standing out from an athletic standpoint, and they're probably looking at them from their 16, 17, 18. When I chat about schools football and playing McCrory Cup and that sort of thing, there's boys getting like spotted playing that, playing under 20s, playing minors, that sort of thing. So they kind of have you earmarked from that kind of years that they go, right, we can do something with him, we can build something with him here. So I think at my age now, it's not going to happen anytime soon. But
so see, just growing up, you seem to be like a very disciplined and structured kind of person when it comes to even your training and stuff like that there.
Yeah. Was
your nutrition the same? Did you have a grasp of nutrition at that age?
Had a decent sort of idea, but nothing like, you thought you knew what you were doing, but you didn't. You had that idea of, I'm feeling for this, I'm feeling for that, but then you're eating shit at the weekend or whatever, and you're just, you sort of, you see yourself, you stumble upon it, I suppose, with experience, like, but you probably thought you knew what you're at the time, but then when you actually look back and you're going, you hadn't a clue what you're doing, like, do you know what I mean?
100%.
But yeah,
constant like growth and I mean, I said to Emmett McKenna yesterday, I always go into every situation like a sponge, try to absorb as much knowledge as possible from whoever it is.
Yeah.
But I think that's life. You're constantly growing. You're constantly learning new fucking things, new theories, and new things that are working for others. Yeah. Like, and how do you think you've kind of evolved in your coaching since the first time to kind of where you are now?
Massive difference. That's probably one of the biggest things, like continuous growth and improvement. Like that's one thing like I sort of live by. I always preach to my clients as well. It's like you're always like, if you're not growing, you're down at the end of the day. Like, or you're staying still, but everyone else is moving on, so you're not making any progress. You're going to be left behind. Like, so I'm massive with working with other coaches, working with mentors, like learning from people, seeing how something works, putting it in like actually doing it, putting it into practice, and then like seeing how it sort of feels, how I experience it, and then bring it back to clients, that sort of thing. So, probably, to be fair, that comes from Dan McCaffrey, fella that I worked for, No Limits. He was always big into that. He was investing in learning, mentors, all that crack. From as long as I've known him, like, and then that just kind of rubbed off. Then I was like, right, he's doing that, he's going well. There's a recipe for success, sort of thing. So it's like learn from people that are in the positions that you want to be in. And yeah, I suppose that's something I've been doing from I was probably then 16, 17, 18, like, to be honest. So yeah, it's been going pretty well, I suppose.
It's been going well. Definitely, I would say so. the way that I know, like on social media, is not the be all and the end all, but it's a glimpse, a fraction into someone's life. But it seems that glimpse or fraction seems like it is going quite well for you. Someone asked me to ask you a question.
Right.
So
I see that basket up. I was going, fuck, if the boys get a hold of that, I'm sure some fucking dodgy.
I'm not gonna name the name, but I'm gonna use his exact words on it. Is how much have you been stroked on mentorships?
Oh fuck! Good question. Listen, there's always a place for them, but after a while, it's kind of like, right, you're hearing the same stuff. It's the same principles. I think with a lot of mentorships from a business standpoint, it's like it's just another way of packaging, have some sort of offer, have some form of marketing standpoint, deliver a great service, get good results, ask people to come into your program. Like, it's literally just that rinse and repeat. Like the game of marketing or the game of business hasn't really changed much. Like, it's just there's modern day fucking social media and tactics and tools and all that crack. Yeah. Somebody's just going to put their own spin on it. But yeah, I suppose if you're selling something that's helping other people make more money, you can charge a pretty good price for it, and then you can. Sometimes there's contracts and stuff in there. You're just going, what the fuck's that? Okay, we're gonna rope you in here for 12 months and just take all your. So we guaranteed a paycheck off you. Like, you're kind of going, nah, just give me what I need, and then fucking move on. Like, so. Yeah, I've probably done every fucking mentorship under the sun, like, so I've invested a fair amount in them, but stroked. I've been stroked a wee bit, but listen, there's always lessons in it too, like.
That's the follow-on question, like, from it. What's the biggest lesson you've learned from any of the mentorships you've done?
I suppose a lot of it's from like a business standpoint, but it's like you can't like outmarket your way out of a shit service. Like, if you have a shit business, you're a shit coach, you're not getting results, people aren't happy with it. Like, you can do all the marketing in your world, but at some point it's gonna catch up on you. It's gonna crack. So, like, number one, it's always, can you deliver a great service? Can you help people get results? Can you, like, when people come to you for a certain thing, can you deliver on what they're coming for? And just being fucking ethical about it too. Like, there's so many fucking tools, tactics, and a lot of it's sort of like slimy stuff too, like, and it's just, like, probably from your upbringing as well, you're going, that just doesn't sit well with me, or that just doesn't. It's just being honest and being real too, because there probably was, when you're people who were ahead of you telling you to do certain things, and you sort of went and did it, and I was like, it just doesn't align with me at all, like, it just doesn't sit right. And then whenever you do come away from it, you feel so much better, and you're like, do you know what, I'm happy to not do that just because they said so, and go with something that you align with a lot more. So but I suppose the lesson, that's always like, what's your actual job first and foremost? It's like, right, you're a coach, you're delivering a service, you want to get people results, you want to help people, in my case, perform better on the pitch, educate them. You just want to be a fucking decent person doing it. Like, you're not out there to fucking rinse people of their money and just get them in the door and fucking promise them the world, like, without actually delivering on the other end, like, do you know what I mean? So it's always that service, results based first, like, and then actually care. And if you can do that, like, the business is going to come off the back of it.
Let's go into the GAA life.
Yep.
We said before, you're the first person from the GAA world that we've had on, so I'm very excited this year, because there's a lot of things with the GAA which like I know some stuff, but I'm not nowhere near as knowledgeable as what I would love to be.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Did you ever play yourself?
When I was younger.
Pierces or Ardoin?
When I was younger, when I was a kid, like, and then school and stuff like that there, but I was kind of off at there, ended up, I was on the Xbox.
Right, okay.
When you said your mates,
right.
I had a wee clan and all, wee YouTube, St. Patrick's,
Barney. My dad taught Barney.
Who's your dad?
McCabe, Baldy McCabe.
Baldy McCabe, yeah. Fuck, that's mad. Makes sense.
Thought you would have made the clicker, no?
The head.
The head, I know, I'm making the most of this until it goes, mate.
Have you always had that haircut?
Not always, nah. I've been for a few different haircuts,
like,
mate. I've had every haircut under the sun.
But on McCabe, or
Peaky Blinders, skin
Peaky Blinders?
Fuck me.
Unfortunately, I've Tommy Shelby, Killian Murphy in my arm for the rest of my life. Or sometimes I just sit there and go, I've actually got, you don't watch soccer, do you?
Nah, very early.
Shane Long scored against Germany.
Yes, I remember that.
I've got the commentary of Shane Long's goal on my arse. We were in Magaluf when that happened, and I got the commentary on my arse. It's Shane Long against Neuer, and then like DB dots. Here,
what a goal! What a goal! One of the best moments ever.
One of the best nights of my life. Like, but fucking phenomenal. But just speaking about like, for people that don't really watch GAA, and I really hope there's a lot of people that are watching GAA that are watching this, but people that maybe don't know much about GAA.
Yeah.
Playing for county is basically like playing international.
Yeah.
It's basically like international football, in soccer. But see, for you wearing the Antrim jersey, what does that represent, and what does that mean that you get to represent your county and your people?
Yeah. I suppose like there's times where you do think about that, and then times like there's certain moments where it's like it kind of hits you, but a lot of the time you don't think about it too much. Like for us in Antrim anyway, we're driven by like, right, we're like, people look down on you in Antrim because you're going, right, is there Division 3, Division 4, like is there not, like is there no use, just don't really count, that sort of thing. So our big thing is like we're trying to get ourselves up to, you know, Division 2, and obviously you'd love to be playing Division 1, but like realistically we've got the Division 3, we need to get out of Division 3 and get to Division 2, but we're back down to fucking Division 4 now, like, but so for us it's like you're trying to restore our pride, make it somewhere where people want to go and play and people want to be part of it, because I think in Belfast especially, or you know, you've got soccer, you've got rugby, you've got boxing, you've got like there's so much. I think just in the city as well, there's so much like competing. Compared to if you go to maybe like a more rural county, GAA is everything. So they're either hurling football, nothing else really matters. Like, so I suppose when you see like we played Armagh there in the championship, and you were seeing kids up and down the road like going to this match and buzzing for it, and you're kind of going, right, that's class, that's something. And even like older people who have been there, done it, and they're coming up to you going, fuck, here, you just had some, like, I know it's sort of token gesture, pat in the back stuff, but you're kind of like, do you know what, there is something there. It's like if like you just take a wee tiny bit of that, and if you could bring that in week out, then you could have more days like that. Or we played in Croke Park a couple of times, and you kind of see people coming down, if you give them something to support, you're kind of going, right, this actually, if you give people something to support, they'll come and support it. So it's hard to support teams when they're at rock bottom in Division 4, so we're trying to bring it back up and give them something to support. Like,
Hey everyone, Caine here from Mentality Monsters. Time to talk about today's sponsor. If you love the thrill of winning big, then you need to check out Our Kings Competitions, the UK and Ireland's top spot for incredible praise competitions. They're giving you the chance to win luxury cars, dream holidays, top tech, and even life-changing cash prizes, all for a fraction of the cost. And what's the best part of this? Entering is super easy, so you just need to go on, select your competition, grab your tickets, and then you're in for a shot at winning big. With guaranteed winners in every draw and some of the most amazing prizes out there, Our Kings is the place to be if you want to turn a little into a lot. So, what are you waiting for? Head over to www.ourkingscompetitions.com now and grab your tickets, and you could be our next big winner. That's Our Kings Competitions, where dreams become reality, and enter today. So, folks, you just heard our sponsor there, Our Kings. We're going to kick back into it here now. So, Eoghan, one thing that we discussed there before again is kind of the realities of county football and GAA, because people are working, like, you aren't paid, people are working full time. They've got studying, their kids, everything, and you still are expected to play football, club and county. Yeah. What are the realities of playing football like?
It can be intense. Like, it's a big commitment. There's no sugarcoating that. Like, it's especially if you want to get the most out of it. Like, a lot of things are put on pause, and it kind of does be everything you think about. Like, for the amount of time that you're in season, even when you're out of season as well, you're thinking about, right, I need to get this work done. So whenever I come back to pre-season, I'm up there and I'm ready to push on again. You're always looking to go up those levels, that continuous growth and improvement we're chatting about. You're always like, right, how can I come back each year better than the last year? So yeah, it's like, you're doing something near enough every day of the week. It's like when you wake up, you're thinking about, right, what am I eating? Have a training in the night? When am I getting ready for this? Like, there's loads that goes into it. Like, it's nearly, I suppose if you just add up the hours then as well, it's like at least a part-time job. But when you think about it, it probably consumes a lot of your life, like, which can be positive, but depending on what way you look at it. But if you're not if you're not enjoying it, it can be a tough place to be. Like,
I'd say so if you're under pressure at work or if you're still in education and stuff like that there. So you are obviously like an online coach. Have you ever been in a different employment while still playing?
Oh yeah. I used to work in the gym when I was still playing. When I initially got called in, first got called in the Antrim when I was 19, and I was still working in the gym. So I was going to, say I was coaching up at 5 in the morning, coaching 6 to whatever, back during the day, trying to get a bit of a nap in, and then you're out the door to training that night. Probably getting home from training 10, half 10. By the time you wind down, get to sleep, give you 11, close to 12, and then you're up at 5 again the next day. So that definitely took its toll. And then I suppose I was still trying to I was 19 and I was still trying to have the uni lifestyle and go out with my mates and all that crack at the weekend. So you're burning the candle at both ends, like, it was shite. But yeah, I suppose could have been worse. Could have been getting up and going to a site or something like that and working 100%. working a real job throughout the day. Like,
like I sit and like there's times where I sit there and go to myself, like I'm in like a nice warm room or something like that there, and I could be complaining about something, then I go, fuck, I'm not on a fucking site. You know what I mean? Because my dad's 57,
right,
still on the sites, but he's doing the cranes now. But like, he was a bricklayer himself, like, so just like I don't think I'm made for it.
No, I couldn't do it. Like, I couldn't. Fuck, fair play to people that do it. Like,
see, when you're up and down the country, or like, do you ever face like any discrimination? Because
when you go down the south or something, you're northern bastards and all that there, way up the fucking you do get it all bit. Like,
is there any counties that, or any say, you know, like west, south, east? Is there anywhere like region ways that would be more intense?
Not really. Like, it's just you get the I don't know. There's been a few cases of it, but nothing where you're kind of like, you don't really kick a big deal out of it. Like, you just come back saying you sold us out, like, and you fucking left us up there on our own. So, but there's not. It's not. There's been a few cases of it, like, but I wouldn't say there's any one in particular where you're going, this is, you know, what you're getting from these. And like, do you know what I mean?
I had it on the train one time going down to. I was going down to Dublin, and there was a guy from Dublin on the train. Yeah, he got to talk to me, and he was like, "Oh, fuck your bag and all. Where where are you going?" I told him. He goes, "Would you not have thought of joining the British Army?" I goes, "No, mate." I goes, "You just don't understand. You just don't understand. Yeah. I'd lose my fucking kneecaps." But I want to go into the professionalism in GAA, because I've always said this here, because I am a soccer fan, big Liverpool fan, as you can tell there. So I always say, because Croatia and stuff like that there in soccer have unbelievable teams, but they're very small nations. I've always said that if Ireland didn't have GAA, their soccer team would be phenomenal, because the elite athletes that play GAA, and technically they're amateurs because they're not getting paid for it. Yeah. So the professionalism, see for you, what kind of standards do you hold in club and county? Is there a difference in what is expected with club and county?
To be fair, the way clubs going now, they're like, the expectations are definitely going up. But I suppose it's like, in order, like, at the top level of county, like boys playing Division 1, competing for All Ireland's, like, it's that comes first before nearly everything. You're professional and everything, but the pay, really, like. I suppose you're so fit, like, that's it. You're out training, the training that you do, the work that you do, like, there's a serious workload on it. Like, you know, you'll be training collectively on the pitch 3 days a week, or 2 games in a match, or 2 sessions in a match. Sorry, you'll be in the gym collectively probably once a week at least, and then you probably have your own work there, and you've recovery stuff to do outside of that as well. So yeah, there's plenty of a commitment there, and I suppose clubs are going the same direction, because one, teams and players are like, they enjoy it, they love it, they want to get the most out of it, and they want to do whatever they can to get the most out of it. So I suppose they're committing to it. They're knowing, like, right, if we need to get to here, then this is the inputs that we need to be hitting. But from a sustainability standpoint, like, I don't know how much you do have to sort of sacrifice. Like, maybe at the end of your career, you're kind of going, what was it for? Maybe, don't get me wrong, if you've a couple of championship medals in the back pocket or something like that, you're kind of going, that was worth it maybe. But I don't know. I'm thought too much about that. Yeah, exactly. Maybe I'll tell you in 10 years' time. Maybe.
How do you balance all of this year, work, club, county, and then recovery, and then your own training as well? Yeah.
To be fair, I kind of have my life set up in a way that it allows it with the online coaching. And with, I suppose, everything I do is based around GAA, like, between my own playing, my own training, my own lifestyle, and then obviously the work that I do as well. The both of them sort of link together. But it's a case of Paul probably be a better one to ask you. It's like it's not really balanced. It's a case of like there's periods of the year where it's like everything's kind of on pause, and then there's periods of the year right, we have a chance to go on holiday here. Let's go and take most of it. If we have a chance to get away here, let's go and do this. We'll go here. But yeah, there's plenty of arguments of can't go with a match, or if there's training coming up, if this coming up, or have a match tomorrow, I'm chilling out tonight, I just need to relax, switch off here, or, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't think it's not really balanced at all, but it's like, I suppose you're trying your best, but at the same time you're happy enough to sacrifice certain things because it is what you want to do. So it's a case of, you know, if you're saying yes to one thing, you're saying no to something else. If you're working towards something and something's coming in there as a bit of a distraction, we're on usually the odd trips away, you get the odd breaks here and there, but for the most part you're going, nah, push that to the side until this is done, and then we'll go back to it, sort of thing.
I'd say it's really handy that she kind of understands everything that you have to go through, especially with the online coaching and stuff like that there. How beneficial is it having someone kind of that you're sharing your life with, but you're both on the same kind of trajectory in what you want in life, professionally and then personally?
Yeah, it's massive help. Like I couldn't, even me and her still have plenty of arguments, even though we're both on a lot of the time on the same page. So if someone had no idea what was going on from like play and training, coaching standpoint, like I don't think it would work. Like I don't think it would last too long. But yeah, Paula, like she's training the way, she has her own business, it's going well, she's playing camogie to a high standard too, or the amount of time and energy that she puts into it, like she takes it so serious as well. So we're both on the same wavelength that way, like which is class. So yeah, it does make life easy, but we'll probably still argue that it can just one day can just roll into another, we need to fucking spend time doing other things too, like, but it's just, yeah, I suppose it's more so on me rather than on her, like.
I think when you've got that drive and the passion, especially for like coaching and then for your professional career in terms of Gaelic, it's a fucking, like, you can't really see anything but the blinkers are on, and you're so focused on other things, and I think it's kind of taken into consideration. And I try to take a step into the other person's shoes and have a look at their view, and then I think you can kind of get a real better understanding of where they're like I'm coming from. But again, it does work both ways.
That's it, big time. Like she like puts a lot of things on hold because one's playing football, one's doing this, one's away to, and it's like, can we go on a holiday? Can we go on a trip here? Can we go for even out for dinner or something? And go, no, I need to watch some meeting here. If a match coming up, I need to get the car. Like all just stupid shit. Like, and like I completely get it. Like you have to be selfish in order to get to the highest level to an extent. But yeah, it's probably, you know, if you're on your own, you kind of be like, well, you're not really impacting anyone. But like when you're living with someone, you're with someone, it's kind of like, right, they have to take that into consideration a bit. As I say, they make the arguments here, can we go on holiday? It's like, well, we'll get on holiday, but I just can't plan it. It'll be last minute when we do go. But listen, we still always get the chance to go away. It's just, it's always nice. It's like when you're in the middle of January, February, and you're going, I'd love to have a holiday to look forward to here. It's like, I can't book one, but I promise we will get one. But we still get away. Like,
at least it's spontaneous. Like,
that's
like,
exactly
like when you do
exactly.
it.
So the last time we get beat there in the county chat, like in the county, and I was on a flight the next day, like going on holiday. So, it works out well. Like,
I'd say it takes a lot of physical and mental toll. Again, mentality monsters, we kind of try to dig a wee bit into the mentality. Have you ever kind of been, like, say, run down or just exhausted, and you've had to kind of take a step back and just chill out for a while?
Yeah, 100%. I suppose that's in a smaller sense, that's probably your weekends. Like if you don't have a game, or once you finish training on a Saturday morning, you're just like, I just want to switch off here, just want to chill. But even in a bigger sense there, like last season I only played like 4 games or something all year. I had on and off hamstring injuries like for a good while, like, but basically I tore the hamstring tendon, and I'd never got a scan, never got anything. Just like people were just saying it was just continuously flaring up, like tendinopathy sort of thing. Kept on, you know, rehabbing for a bit, field class, play for a couple of months, be like field class, and then just get to the point where everything would just like build up, the load would build up, and it just break down again, and be like couldn't like jog, couldn't sprint, couldn't perform. And it's like, right, well, take a couple of months out, rehab it, come back. Went through that cycle about 5, 6, 7 times. Like,
would you have went to the hospital to get a check, or did you just know?
Been to all the physios. No, I've been to all different physios, and just none of them would have said about getting a scan. And then like after took a whole, it was the winter 2023. Took the whole winter, like 6, 7 months building it back up, and then like first 2 weeks back training, like I was fried again. And then it was like, right, go get a scan. Got the scan, and they were like, yeah, you'll need like surgery is the next option. So that was probably April 2024. Went and got the scan, and they were like, we can. So they were like, get it done as soon as possible. Back for club, you back in here. I was just going, nah. I was like, I'm going away on holidays over the summer. I'm going a couple of trips here. I'm going to get my head shot and just need to, like, that was probably when you were most drained. You know, when you're playing through pain, you're waking up, you're in pain. You're fucking sitting down, you're in pain. Sitting in the car, you can't sit in the car for any longer than half an hour. Like, and it's when it's carrying over into your everyday life. Like, you're out for a walk in the morning, you're just like, you're in pain again. It's just like, this is. That was mentally draining. Like,
do Antrim cover that? In terms of the
surgery and stuff. Surgery? Yeah, they looked after me that way. Like,
that's good. That would have been a real bit positive to say.
You go pay it. I know. No, they were good with me that way. Like, they looked after everything. They were like understandable of me wanting to push it back as well. Like, so I went away, did a bit of job and got a few trips in. Came back sort of fresh. Missed the club season right enough. Like, but yeah, but then I came back. Played all last year, so they're sort of happy enough now.
They've got the reward.
They got me back.
Yeah. Do you see much players just in the round, club and county, that do get a tough kind of mentally? Just like there is struggles there, and what's the support like in GAA for mental health?
It's definitely getting better. Like, there are like outlets there. I'd say there's probably a lot more people using them than they would admit. Do you know what I mean? But I think with GAA, it's like a lot of the coaches and managers can be pretty old school. They're going off their own experiences and what worked for them and what they went through. So, like, classic
one. It's a dangerous slipper. Like,
one of our last managers was just, you're soft. Like, just stop being soft, suck it up. Like, and you're kind of going, like, my hamstrings literally off the bone here. Like, you're soft. Do you know what I mean? So, and at times, exactly. So there's times it works. You just like, sometimes you go, right, I'm being a bit soft, and you just like fucking suck it up and get on with it. But then there's other times where you do need. Like, a blend of both is good, where you can have a bit of that grit, that bit of just like get the head down, get it done, but you need that, I suppose, the science side of things and all that is there to sort of back it up, but you need to have I suppose there's probably going to be one or two people that you can go and chat to. Like, I remember we had a coach a couple of years ago, and I went to him. I was like, I don't know why the fuck I'm doing this here. Like what is honestly the point? Like, I was like, I'm coming here, I'm hating it, I don't enjoy it. And he was like, just sit on it for a wee while, like keep coming, see how you feel. And then I was like, right, well, the flip side was like, what the fuck else would I be doing? Like, I'd be sitting, if I went to watch a match and I could have been out playing, what would the feeling be like? And then we get like one big result that year, and like he came up to me afterwards. Like, do you remember that chat? I was like, yeah. It's like, it was well worth it. Like, so it's gonna be periods where it is a bit shit, but yeah, I suppose there are gonna be those people that you can't reach out to as well. Like,
well, that's good to hear, because me and Aidan were speaking about it last time, or in the last one we done about like mental health and boxing. It seems again it's something that is a lot more. There's a lot more kind of fucking understanding on it now. Not complete understanding, but there's more fucking people that are willing to actually go and use them services, which is fucking a really good benefit.
Yeah.
Speaking of the GAA and just the organisation in itself, so you aren't paid.
Nope.
Do you think the GAA needs to modernise? Especially with, I would say, the GAA are probably raking in a good load of money from every sponsorships, the lot. Tickets in the Croke Park, know what I mean? You're selling out 80,000 odd, and the amount of money that's like, I don't know if the money does go back into the clubs or back into facilities and stuff like that, but do you think that, are you happy enough with the traditional amateur kind of layout of it? Or?
It is classed. It's actually something they're looking at the minute, but God knows what's going to come of it. Like, the president at the minute, Jonathan Burns, gets his thing this year is looking at the reviewing the amateur status of it. Like, I don't know how it would work or what would work, but there has to be something. Like, managers are getting backhanders left, right, and centre, making like serious dough. Like, and the players, like the whole thing built on the players. Without the players, there's nothing. Like, there's no product. Do you know what I mean? There's no games. So the amount of money, if you think of it, like, I was actually chatting to someone last week about this, where if you think of in, say, the middle of the league or the middle of the championship, you have 30 teams, say, playing championship. So there's 15 games. My maths isn't great here. Like, say you've had 15 games every weekend, right, across the country from January through to, say, 15 games anyway till May, right? And then you're going into the finals, ticket prices start going up, and then All Ireland final day alone, as you said, 82,500 tickets at €100 each. Do the maths, not like, do you know what I mean? So, like, and you have, like, even in rugby, for example, you know, you have the four provinces. How often do they actually play in Ireland? Like the amount of money that the GAA generates for Ireland is insane. And it's built off the players, like, and the players are, you know, you get expenses and stuff, like, but like for the amount of time and energy that you're putting into it, like, it's not, you know, we get a couple of quid there for driving up the train and stick your petrol in or whatever. I mean,
is there much lads that I would say just into Division 1 teams and stuff that would get sponsors?
I would, like, the bigger your profile is, the more you're going to get sponsors. Like, you'd see the you know, Dublin boys would be big for it, Limerick Curlers, the Kerry ones, like, you'd see them, you know, some may get a sponsored car sponsored by Adidas or something like that, and probably pick up a few quid that way, like, but I suppose that's where maybe the power personal branding can come into. And to be fair to the GPA, they're doing a lot more of that. They're chatting about how players can, so basically GPA is the Gaelic Players Association, and they're big on looking after the players, making sure that the players are well looked after.
Like a union, would it be?
Yeah, pretty much. They've done plenty for me over the last wee while too, like, and just in terms of like conversations and a few things that have sort of happened, they've been there to step in and help out, like, and they're bringing out, like, they see how much the players are putting in, and they're just trying to give them a bit more recognition for it, like, because the whole thing's built off the players' image, like. Matches are sold because, you know, certain teams are playing, or they're using, like, you see clips online, you see photos going up, and it's like certain players' faces are going to use to sell a game. Players get nothing from that, like, do you know what I mean?
That's mad.
Apart from here, you've the privilege of going and playing here for your county or your club, or you should be so lucky, you should be so grateful. Yes, 100%. Like, it's class. I agree. It's the best. It's what for me hands down is the best sport in the world. Both hurling, football, camogie, but. Yeah, you're just playing for it. Like, you put so much into it for, right, once you're done playing, right, good man, see you later, on to the next player here. Do you know what I mean? Well,
you're 26, so you're very, very fucking young, but do you think you'll always be kind of involved in the GAA world?
I'd like to say I would. I suppose with the coaching side of it, like, I love how my coaching set up in a way that it's like, it's involved, but I'm not involved with the team. I don't have to be somewhere at a certain time, like, apart from my own playing and training. Maybe that'll change whenever I'm done playing. I love, like, having that impact that it's not 100% reliant on it, but it's like an indirect sort of impact, do you know what I mean? So I'm involved in a way. But I don't know, like, that's been something I've been thinking about recently. It's like, how long do you want to keep playing for? Is there other things that you want to do? How long can you keep putting things on pause for? So yeah, I probably have a number in my head of, like, how many years I do have left of, like, going at it, and then, you know, you still want to, even from a county perspective anyway, like, you always want to, your club is the thing that's, you know, brought you up. They're the first ones you played with, and probably the last ones you play with. So you want to, I don't want to be the player that hangs around the county for fucking until there are no legs left and they try and go back to the club and they don't have anything to give. So I suppose it's like making the absolute most of the next however many years, but I still want to come back into the club at a good level and give back to them as much as I can as well. Like, so we'll see. I'll be here for the next couple of years anyway. Like, and then we'll see. I'll see it. Let's trip to Australia's like, and then see what the crack is. Don't fancy run up and then a fucking mucky pitch in the middle of January. So,
like, seeing you think about it, see the lifestyle just out there. I can see. Like, I can't. Like, I love Belfast.
Yeah,
I
love it 100%. It's home. Like, it'll always be home, but it's one of them
just
places
the lifestyle change.
See,
just experiencing it even for a year, I think it would be the lifestyle or the life experiences that you would actually gain from just going out there and just living. It'd be phenomenal. Like, and then it's to say you've done something like
100%.
Like, you'd hate the.
What if? It's back to that what if. What if it didn't go? What if it had went and this happened? Or what if it didn't go and this happened? Yeah. So I have to scratch it. It's like,
there's plenty of teams out there, but isn't there? Like,
those teams out there.
I'd say it's all fucking regional. No, like, it's all Melbourne or all city.
There's loads of teams. There's loads of teams within, like, Sydney. Like, I put a post up the other week, and 4, 5, 6 teams message me going to hear you playing when you're out here, sort of thing. I was like, I'm only going for a month, lads. So
are you going to train out there?
If there's a few sessions on, I'll maybe jump in with a few teams. But if it did move, I would play when I was out there. But
I'll see.
Again, it's like part of me is going, you want to see how much you can get out of playing at the highest level, playing at county level. Like, what's the mark? Like, what's your ceiling? Like, how far can you go? How far can you push it? That sort of thing. So you kind of want to, again, expect that what if a step away, and you think back in 10 years' time, going, fuck, I wish I had to give that another couple of years just to, coming into your prime sort of, well, hopefully coming into my prime anyway, that you're going, right, what sort of heights could you hit? Like, so from a savvy standpoint, you're kind of going, right, I wanna see what I can do, see how I match up against and compete against. But yeah, that's kind of.
Is there anything about the GAA or playing county that not a lot of people have an understanding of, but you wish they had a better understanding of it? It's a bit of an open kind of question. Like, it could be a number of things there. And like,
I think probably the big thing is just how much players genuinely do think about it and how much time, energy they put into it. I think it's very easy just to watch a match and just go, whatever. But it's like us in Division 4 compared to the top teams in Division 1, you're still showing up the same amount of time, putting the same amount of energy in. Maybe just the talent is a bit different, like, but there's still some serious players there, like, whom we're trying to drive the standard up, but it's like, yeah, the commitment and the time and energy that you're putting in is still the same. Everyone's doing a lot of the same type of training, a lot of the same amount of workload. It's probably just how much they do put on pause for it. Like, it's probably one thing that gets overlooked, I suppose.
Yeah, no, it's like, I'd say so, like, because at the end of the day, you're not doing it to fucking lose. No, I mean, you're doing it to win.
The best intentions are, like, you're not just there to show up and make up the numbers, like, so sometimes you can be putting down the end and there's no guarantee of reward, but that's sport really, like, isn't it?
It is 100%. Speaking of going on to the coaching, so you're on the gym floor.
Yeah.
What kind of drove that there change to actually going on the online?
Yeah. Again, probably because of the nature, like coaching Gaelic athletes, hurlers, like that sort of thing. Just with being in Belfast, like, there's not, there aren't that many players that were willing to go in person, do sessions, but also with the structure and the schedule of it, like, teams are out training, 3 times a week. You might be putting on a session on certain days. You have your own training going, and it's hard. Like, just from like a logistical standpoint, just doesn't really, if you want to have from a business standpoint, logic standpoint, then trying to like have something set up in a way that you want to get a good amount of people in, it just didn't, like, it just wasn't really fitting, wasn't making sense. And then obviously the further you go down the country, the more people are taking it serious. Well, I'd say there's obviously a group within that gym, but like, generally, as I was saying earlier, like, the more you go down the other areas, the rural places, it is a bit more of a priority. So I suppose just I was thinking, if I go online, there's a wider market there. And I suppose you saw other people started taking off online, the likes of, James Smith's, whenever, I was starting to look at, and he was probably, and you're going, right, there's a market for this online stuff. So, probably just 2019 then, started 2019, 2018, put out my first thing for online, and then, you're just writing programs for people, putting them out there, people are getting programs, doing the odd wee message, how you getting on, that sort of thing, and then just kind of grew legs from there, like.
And how was it well received at the very start? Where was your kind of first out of the way client?
I suppose first ones, I remember my first intake, it was like 77 quid a month or something for like the first couple of clients. I got one from Derry, Tyrone, and there was maybe someone local, or maybe Antrim or Down or something like that. And then I started getting people from like Cork, started getting people from like Dublin, wherever, and then now you have them all over the country. Like, you people who are in Australia, people have been in London playing, people all over the place. Like, so probably Cork was probably the big one. When someone from Cork signing up, or me and Paula were down walking about Cork. Like, Paula used to live and work in Cork. So we're down, some boy goes walking past, like, I know you, and you're just going, fuck, this is mad, like.
The Rebels.
The Rebels. So, whatever, yeah, probably that they're probably the mad ones, like, when you get someone from the complete other end of the country saying up to you, you're going, fuck, this is alright, like.
Especially a county that's heavy in their GAA league as well, you know what I mean? So it just shows the kind of standard where you're at and the kind of quality of coaching that you're providing as well. And I'd say, have you ever felt, because I've said this here to a lot of people, just in different, maybe like footballers, comedians, boxers, have you ever felt just like out of your depth at all at times with it, or like an imposter syndrome and stuff like that?
100%. Again, I think it's like there's always going to be something that you don't know. Like, you still get that. When I was younger, you were more aware of it. You were like, right, I'm still early on. I'm early on as in my coaching journey, but it's like you know that there's so much more to learn, and you probably haven't built up as much proof and as much evidence of like I've got people results, I've got people to hear. But it's like the more you do that, the more evidence that you have that stack of proof there that you're like, right, I know what I'm doing here. Like it's sound, but you still get days where you're going like you see somebody who's say one of the top players in the county or country follow you or something, and you're going, oh fuck, one of these is going to think about what I'm putting out here.
Yeah.
Or one of the top coaches in the country, you're having a conversation or you're having a chat with them, or you're in a room at a conference and you're speaking to one of them and they know who you are. You're kind of going, fuck, do they think I'm full of shit, or do they think I haven't a clue or something like that? But it's like when it comes back to your intentions, like your intentions are to like help other players get better. If you can have like a reasoning for everything that you're doing, it makes logical sense. You're not putting anyone at any risk. Don't get me wrong, there's obviously going to be stuff that you can continue to learn and evolve over time. You're not going to have the answers all the time. There's probably still stuff that I'm doing now that'll probably change in the next 5 years. But if it wasn't changing anything, I'd be more concerned. So it's just once you understand it as part of that journey, you have your client's best interest, the players that you're working with, you have their best interest in mind, that you're doing the right thing for them with the tools that you have. Then I think you can take confidence from that. Like,
so, bro, you coach both footballers and hurlers.
Yeah.
You're a footballer yourself, so you've played hurling before. But do you find it harder trying to coach a footballer or a hurler, or is there any differences at all between them?
Very, very slight differences. Like if you look at the demands of the game, a lot of it's going to be very much the same. Like they all need to sprint, jump, be robust going into contact, need to be able to get up and down the pitch, have a good level of conditioning. So like it's a lot of moving more efficiently, building that strength, power outputs, building that conditioning, speed side of things. Potentially with the hurlers, again, depending on where they are, what position they're playing, they're probably going to be involved in a lot more rucks, so they need a bit more strength there, probably need a bit more muscle mass on them. But for by and large, it's going to be a lot of the same stuff. The biggest challenge I find is when they play both. So if they're playing football and hurling, they're training 4 days a week, playing 2 matches a week. You're like, right,
and they're mental,
and they're mad. Yeah, exactly. But it's more a case of managing expectations. Then, so they come in. It's like, listen, is your priority to get the absolute most out of your performance? Is your priority for your body to look a certain way, or to get this? It's like you just need to get really clear with them, and you just need to be upfront and honest. It's like, listen, if you're training 4 days a week, plus you're playing 2 games, or you're training 3 days a week and 2 games, whatever it is, it's like you're not going to be able to do the same amount of work as somebody who is just focused on one code, or they're training 2-3 times a week and playing one match. Like you're just not going to be able to do that amount of work. So that's probably the hardest thing is managing the players that play both. But as I say, the demands of the game are very similar. A few subtle differences, but it's the same with anyone. You work with the individual that you have. Some players need to get bigger. Some people need to drop body fat. Some players need to bring their speed up. Some players need to get fitter. That's where the sort of differences come, I suppose.
When it comes to coaching, do you have a philosophy or a key set of values that you kind of uphold while coaching, or like non-negotiables that you fucking, because it's different. I think it's probably very different from your, like if you're drawing up plans or you're actually coaching them on a daily basis. Do you have anything like that, or an ethos?
Probably, I don't have it like solidified. It's always, I remember like coaches always talking about this. Again, when you talk about like those high up coaches that have what's your philosophy, and I'm going, oh fuck, what's that? Like, I suppose when you just fucking stuck in it. I suppose when you break it down, you actually look at what I do. Like I have a big emphasis on speed, like acceleration, change of direction, max speed. Like it's the biggest bang for buck that you can do. Like it has the biggest like impact on performance. It's like if there is one thing that you can do is like getting out sprinting, so looking at moving more efficiently, how you're actually moving, tidying up your technique and all that crack, but then also like exposing yourself to high speeds. Conditioning is obviously a big thing. You need to obviously be able to get around the pitch, but you need to be able to recover quickly between those high intensity bursts, because the game is literally just you fucking sprint, you make a play, you get back, you go again. It's just up and down. And then it's like strength, power, again, depends on the player. If you get a young player who's just coming into senior, doesn't have too much, it's like, right, you're going to be more heavily gym focused there to, just by getting them stronger, getting them bigger, they're going to be more explosive, they're going to get faster, their performance is going to go up that wee bit. But if you get someone who's maybe 10 years into it, they've been training well, they've got a good amount of muscle mass, they've been training in the gym for 10 years, but they maybe haven't been spending too much time in the speed, then it's like even more something that we're going to go after. And it's like, not neglect the gym, but it's like just give you the minimal effective dose. Like you don't need to, if you're at certain levels, like you chasing more numbers in the gym isn't going to transfer onto the pitch. Yes, we need it there to keep you strong, keep you robust, but it's like we can go after like what's going to have the biggest impact, what's going to move the needle the most. I suppose just doing it in an efficient way, in a safe way. You can throw fucking shitloads of work at people and they're going to adapt at some point. They're going to get some sort of benefit, but it's like, can you give them the right amount of work, the right type of work, and the right amounts at the right time. Like I'm big on that, I suppose. And not running players into the ground. Like there's times where yes, you need to get the head down, you need to do the work, but like I'm not just fucking firing work at people just to be like, you've gone through a shitload of work there. It's like, can I give you the right amount of work at the right type at the right times, to have the actual impact or have the effect that we're looking for, while not run yourself into the ground at the same time.
You named off a few things there in terms of speed, strength, robustness, mental and like physical attributes.
Yep.
What would you say is your number one? Maybe work ethic, being resilient, robust, mental strength, and then speed, strength.
From a mental standpoint, consistency, big thing, because everything else comes from that really. Like if you can show up consistently, do the work, consistency and adherence. If you can show up consistently, like day in, day out, do the work over a long period of time, like you're going to have a stack of proof of evidence there that you're like, right, I've done fucking everything that I possibly can, which then builds confidence, which like, right, if you're stepping it onto the pitch and you're like, oh, I'm a bit nervous here, it's like you think back to every single session that you've done, how much work you've done. Like you can't not be, yes, you might still have nerves, but you can't not, you're not doubting yourself. You're not going, fuck, have I done enough here? It's like you have the proof and the evidence there. So I think consistency is the biggest thing. That want to get better, that like bringing that intent to your sessions of like, right, this session, like what's the outcome of this session? What am I trying to achieve? And like focusing on that session while you're in the session. I think that's a big thing, bringing that level of intent to it. Like you can go in, you can tick a box and just go and do it, but it's like, right, are you actually, are you going through it at 50%? Yeah, exactly. It's like you're still doing the session anyway. You may as well get fucking as much as you can out of that session. Doesn't necessarily mean going balls to the wall all the time, but it's like just like what the intent that you need to bring that session. Make sure you bring that rather than just going and fucking ticking a box. From a physical standpoint, then. Yeah, I suppose
you can say her if you want.
That's a big part, mate. Look good, feel good, play good. I suppose speed's the biggest thing, and then being able to repeat that speed, so that's where the conditioning comes in as well. And then just your body being able to withstand the demands of the sport. Like your biggest ability is your availability. You can be the fastest, fittest, fucking strongest, most explosive, but if you're constantly injured and you're not worth it, then you're not worth much to everyone. Like if you're sitting on the sideline.
I like that one. Your biggest ability is your availability. That's fast. Yeah.
Then there
I'll be using that there.
Fucking right,
that there. That was the first time I heard that.
Says me, he was out injured there all last year.
That wasn't your fault though.
I know.
So bro, we'll go off with the finishing questions here. There's three of them. So GAA players are notorious for overtraining between club, county and gym work.
Yep.
What mistakes do you see that are most often made when lads are trying to balance it all out, or lasses?
Yeah. It comes from them wanting to do well, and wanting them to get better, and wanting them to be at the highest level. And just think more work is always the answer. It's like, right, you feel shit, you feel like you're slow, you feel like you're not fast enough. Do more work, do more work, do more work. And I said there, like, right type of work, right amounts, right times. You could be doing so much work, but you're not getting the results from the time and energy that you're putting in, because maybe what you're actually focusing on is not the right stuff, or too much of the right stuff, and then another area is getting neglected, that sort of thing. So it comes from that need and that want to be better, which is class, but it's like, can you channel that and direct that into the right plan structure that gives you the right amount of work at the right times, and not be like understanding, yes, you can push, but you need to come down to recover and actually adapt from the work that you're doing to get the adaptation that you want, so that the next day out then you can feel, or a couple of months down the line you can feel the returns of that work, rather than just fucking constantly doing work and being run into the ground, energy being on the floor. I'd say if probably 70% of players could, if they cut their volume by half in terms of like the amount of gym work that they're doing, if they take a set off or 2 sets off, I think they would feel so much better for it. Like, and they would probably get a better quality session. They bring more intent to it. They recover better, and I'd say long term they would get more from it. Like
100%. No, I think that's everywhere as well nowadays. Like people think that doing more is
better.
But like I'm a big person who preaches about recovery. I'm a bit of a hypocrite because I find myself doing like 2 sessions 6 days a week, just like between cardio and then it's something which I'm trying to notch down myself. But that's just fucking a wee internal. But I've got me Angel there and the devil there just sitting. He's just sitting there. He's just sitting there with a pair of like fucking hookers around clouds. Go. But the next one here, bro, is what's the toughest lesson you've learnt in GAA or in life, and how has it changed you?
Probably just that you're 100% responsible for what you get out of anything. like it's just that 100% accountability. Like if you want something, like it's on you to fucking go and do it. If you're in a certain position, it's because of certain actions that you've taken that have put you in that position. If you want to get out of that, then it's up to you to put the right action steps in place to get out of it. You know, I've been in positions where like I fucking hated where I was and didn't want it. Like I wasn't performing well, wasn't playing well, didn't like how my body looked, didn't like how I felt. Like I was out fucking drinking every weekend and all the rest of it, and I was just like, this is fucking shit. But I was like, I've no one else to blame but myself. But at the same time, like there's nobody that can control this and get me out of it, and apart from me. So it's like you just have to fucking it's like get clear on where it is that you want to be. Have a plan, structure to get there. Have a certain amount of action steps to get there. Like what are the big thing for me is like what are the like that vision of like who you want to become and the player that you want to become. It's like, right, well, how would you train, eat, how would you live your life? Like what would your like daily routines look like, your habits, your lifestyle look like? And it's like start fucking putting that in practice now, and if you're consistent with that long term, your chances are you're going to get closer towards that. Like, so I think it's just that 100%, like you're 100% in control, you're 100% responsible of where you've been, where you are, where you're going to.
Love that there. That was a really good answer for that there one. Yeah, I'm a firm believer in choices and consequences. You make a choice, you face the consequences 100%. Regardless if it's good or bad.
Yep.
Accountability is the number one thing, and then honesty as well, especially to yourself.
Being honest with yourself, 100%.
You need to be honest to yourself.
Yeah.
So this is the mentality monster question. Just so mental and toughness. What does it mean to you, and what do you see it as?
That's a good one.
And kind of a wee follow on as well. How do you show it when no one is watching? Because I think that's when it really counts.
Yeah. Repeat the question again, just the first bit.
So, mental toughness, what does it mean to you?
Yeah.
And what do you see it as?
I think to me, it's execution, not a plan, really. Like if you're going after something, there's a plan. Just basically, I suppose what it says, my last point of like that 100% responsibility. It's like if you're working towards something, there's a plan, structure in place that you need to get done. It's like there's certain steps there that they just have to be done. It's not like I suppose it's consistency, adherence, doing what you said you would do, that sort of thing. And at the end of the day, yes, you might have a coach there who's putting the sessions in, and you might be ticking them off and all the rest. But it's like, you know, you only know if you actually did what did the work done, or if you actually got the work done. You know what sort of intent you brought to that session, and it's like that comes back to what I said about confidence. Like when you're stepping it onto the pitch and you're thinking of like, fuck, have I done enough here? It's like that's when you know, like, right, no, I got the absolute most at every single session. I ticked every fucking box there. So yeah, it's like at the end of the day you'll know, and that's probably the biggest thing. It's like, you know, you can bluff other people, you put up some sort of facade, but it's like at the end of the day you're the one that's gonna know if you really did the work or not. Like, so I think it's consistency, just keep moving forward, one foot in front of the other. There's going to be, you know, whether you're fucking top of the world, whether you're fucking had a massive setback, it's like, right, well, what's next? That maybe from a sporting perspective, it's that next ball mentality, but it's like that carries over into everything, whether maybe in business something doesn't go to plan, or, you know, it's fucking bit of a shit show, and it's like, right, well, what's next? What's the next thing that you can focus on and can control, and just, I suppose, keep moving forward. Like, so I'd say consistency, adherence, keep moving forward, keep progressing. Continuous growth and improvement, I suppose. There you
go, you've knocked it out of the park again.
Happy days.
Owen, thank you very much for coming on, bro.
All right,
I really
thanks
appreciate
it.
Enjoyed
that. Thank you.